Good day everyone, we are group Gamma A9 and today we'll be acting as economists to explore a fascinating real-world market structure. Our topic is oligopoly and strategic behavior. We will examine this through the lens of the global smartphone industry where a handful of giants, Apple, Samsung and Xiaomi dominate the landscape. Unlike a market with many small players, this oligopoly is defined by intense rivalry, high barriers to entry, and most importantly, strategic interdependence, where every move is a calculated response to the competitors. As economists, we want to understand why these firms engage in a perpetual dance of competition and coordination. Why do they have to spend billions on advertising and innovation but often avoid the price wars? And how do these strategic decisions ultimately shape what we buy and how much we pay? So, to answer this, our discussion will proceed in three parts. First, the Economist 2 will lay the theoretical groundwork, explaining the core models of oligopoly and the concept of strategic interdependence. Next, the Economist 3 will conduct a deep dive analysis applying these models to the specific non-price strategies used by our smartphone giants. Finally, I will return to discuss the broader implications for market performance, consumer welfare, and the future of competition in this dynamic industry. Let's begin by understanding the rules of the game in an oligopoly.
Today we'll be discussing about oligopoly. So oligopoly is a structure of market wherein it is dominated by small number of large firms, wherein they individually they all have their own influence over the price and output. Uh, the global smartphone market is a clear example for it. Like Apple and Samsung, they control a large number of worldwide sales. A key feature, of oligopoly is strategic interdependence. Like for example, each firm's decision depend on the rivals' expected reactions. This is what it is a key feature of oligopoly. This is often analyzed using game theory, such as the prisoner's dilemma. This is the way it is being analyzed. For instance, if one firm lowers the price, rivals may follow, leading to a price war, reducing, like no, everyone's having a loss and no one is gaining the profit because of this, this damage. The firms they avoid and they are aware of price wars, and they do not tend to be in these kind of things. And instead of having price war, they focus on development and having a healthy competition to avoid aggressive price competition. And they are more focused towards price, focus on non price competition. This is what their main motive is. And in this industry, non-pricing strategies, like I'll tell, like what are the points on which they focus more. Like for example, the very first, product innovation. For example, as we are talking about the global market and phone industry, so the very first which I said, product innovation, so having better quality of camera, foldable phones, high tech technologies, the memory and all those kind of things. This is product innovation, the very first point. The second point on which they compete is branding and advertising, like building a perceived value and all those kind of things. The third is after sale service. Like if a person is buying a device or any, any gadget, so after buying that, what satisfaction and what services they will get. These are the areas where they compete, giving 2 years warranty, giving multiple services, free service, and the benefits, the perks on it. These kind of things which attract the customers for their own company and brand. The next one is ecosystem lock. Like for an example, if a person is buying Apple phone, an iPhone, so they also have to buy an airpods, they have to buy charger, they have to buy various multiple things which are required for it. So this is an ecosystem which they have built now, and this is the way they are keeping the customers with them, by building up a whole system around them, the necessities for them, For example, Apple, MacBook and the mouse and all those kind of things, like multiple accessories and a whole ecosystem is there. This is the way now they are trying to compete with each other. These strategies allow firms to differentiate their products. This is the way, like, they differentiate and capture customer loyalty. Like, this is the way, like, these are the points, the perks which they give, and they try to gain the loyalty of a customer and maintain profit margins without triggering any, destructive price war. Like, there is no price war, there is no destruction for anyone, and it's good for all. These are the way they compete with each other. From an economic perspective, firms in an oligopoly, they aim to maximize long-term profits by sustaining a stable rival aware equilibrium, where competition shifts from price wars to value added features. This is the way they are, like, developing themselves and shifting themselves from price war to value added features. That's all. Thank you.
Hello, good morning everyone. Today I want explaining about analysis and real world application, and the topic is on price competition in the smartphone arena. Okay, building on the theoretical foundation, let's analyze the real world arsenal of non-price strategies. These strategies are not random, they are deliberate tools to break from the price rigidity trap and gain a competitive edge. First and foremost is product innovation and differentiation. Uh, this is the engine of competition. Apple focus on a seamless ecosystem like iPhone, Mac, Apple Watch. Samsung leadership in foldable display technology and Xiaomi's aggressive adoption of high-spec features at mid-range prices are all forms of vertical differentiation, making an objectively better product, but they also engage in horizontal differentiation, catering to different preference. Apple targets the premium designs conscious user. Samsung appeals to the tech-savvy early adopter. Xiaomi courts the value-seeking mass market. Its innovation cycle, from better cameras to faster chips, is a strategic move to create a temporary monopoly on a feature, justifying a price premium and locking in customers. Okay. Second is branding and massive advertising. In oligopoly, where products are complex, perceived value is everything. The billions spent on marketing are investments in creating brand equity and consumer irrational loyalty. Apple's marketing cultivates an image of luxury, creativity, and status. Samsung campaigns emphasize cutting-edge technology and versatility. This branding creates a psychological barrier to switching. A consumer isn't just buying a device, they are buying into an identity. It makes the demand for their specific brand more inelastic, protecting their market share even if a rival offers a technically comparable phone at a slightly lower price. Third is strategic use of ecosystem and after-sales service. This is about increasing switching costs. Once you invest in Apple App Store, iCloud, and extra ecosystem, moving to Android involves significant hassle and lost data. Samsung and Xiaomi replicate this with their own service and interconnected device, super after-sale service like Apple Genius Bar or Samsung Premium Care, further enhance perceived value and customer retention. Uh, this turns in one-time phone purchase into a long-term profitable relationship. Finally, we observe parallel behavior and price leadership. Notice how major product launches are often staggered, not simultaneous, or how premium model price creep upward in a coordinate manner. Often, Apple acts as the price leader, setting a high benchmark that allows Samsung to price its flagship costly and Xiaomi to position itself uh, as a flagship killer just below them. Okay, this strategy, interdependence in action, a form of tacit coordination that stabilizes the market and protects industry profits while maintaining the illusion of fierce competition through the noise of advertising and innovation. In summary, for Apple, Samsung, and Xiaomi, non-price competition is multidimensional chess game. It allows them to aggressively grow their share, build loyal customer bases, and enjoy health profits, all while carefully avoiding the mutually assured destruction of a price war. Okay, thank you.
Bringing our analysis together, the smartphone oligopoly presents a complex picture with significant implications. From a market perspective, this structure has dual effects. On the positive side, the non-price competition drives amazing innovation and provides the consumers with a wide, high-quality feature-rich choices. The rivalry has given us smartphones that are powerful computers in our pockets. On the negative side, market power can lead to higher than competitive prices, especially in the premium segment, and potentially reduce choice in the long run if the smaller players are squeezed out. The focus on brand and ecosystem lock-in can also be seen as anti-consumer strategies that maximize the firm's profits. For the consumer welfare, the impact is mixed. We benefit from incredible technological progress and product diversity. However, we may pay a premium for branding and our choices can become constrained by high switching costs. Our preferences are also actively shaped or you can even say manipulated by billions in the marketing spent. Looking ahead, the dynamics may evolve. The rise of Chinese manufacturers like Xiaomi and Oppo has disrupted the old Apple-Samsung duopoly, intensifying competition. Antitrust scrutiny is increasing, questioning whether these giants abuse their power. New frontiers like artificial intelligence and augmented reality are becoming the next battlegrounds for differentiation. In conclusion, the smartphone industry is a masterclass in oligopolistic strategic behavior. Through a deep understanding of game theory and mutual interdependence, firms like Apple, Samsung, and Xiaomi have toned down competition away from price and towards innovation, branding, and ecosystem building. This strategy secures their market share and profits while fundamentally shaping the technological landscape and consumer experience. It vividly demonstrates that in economics and in business, understanding your rivals is just as important as understanding your customers. Thank you.